very warm welcome to ET Studios. We are live from ETCIO Annual Goa and I'm your host Divina Lasson. Now here in ET Studios, we're creating engaging and insightful interview series that dives deep into the world of technology trends, strategies and innovations through exclusive conversations with India's top tech leaders. On this episode, we're here to talk about the customer experience and its evolution over time. Without further ado, to talk about this and much more, it's my pleasure to welcome our guest today. We have joining us Angira Agarwal, Global SVP, GTM and Strategy, Exotel. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Devina, for having me here.
Thank you. And Anubhav Goel, CTO, HDFC ERGO. Welcome.
Hi, Devina.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Well,
thank you
so
for joining us on ET Studios. We're here to talk about a very relevant topic actually, the future of customer experience and where it's all heading from there. So maybe Anubhav, I start with you. Can we at the onset understand on a foundational level really the importance of the customer journey, how connected journeys play an important role in CX in the BFSI sector?
Sure, yeah. No, thank you so much, Devina. Again, I think we are having some great time at the conclave since yesterday. So at HDFC ERGO, you understand we are a general insurance company, right? We always joke within the company that we are in the business of processing claims and not really selling policy, right? Because it's not a product which you can touch and feel. It's a promise which we make to our consumers. So we have been an old company now. We're around 14 years old since we have been under the transformation journey. Last year, we decided that we will take it to the next level. Every company talks about being customer obsessed, putting customer at the center. We said we want to go beyond that, right? And how do we start living and breathing this entire experience? And that's why we said that market share is a problem which we'll continue to solve for, and largely it is solved for us. We are a very large company in the country now. We said that we will want to win the mind share of the customers. And that's where we what as call as HDFC ERGO 3.0, which is a massive transformation journey within the company, where we are looking at acquiring the mind share from the customers. And if that becomes your theme and that becomes your DNA for the company, then connected experience for the consumer automatically becomes at the forefront.
Yes.
I think that's what the journey we have been going through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Angira?
So, adding on to what Anubhav just said, earlier when you used to look at it, the journeys often used to be broken. Transitioning from one form of engagement that a customer has with a brand versus another form of engagement were often disjointed. And while Exotel's been around for about 11 years, one of the things we realized is that the journeys really need to come together much better. And that's when Exotel for the CPaaS space, Cogno for the CCaaS space, and Cogno from the conversational AI space came together. And that's where we're operating. As a brand, actually, we did a rebranding exercise about a month ago, so we are very young with the new brand that you would see. But what we realized is that all of these elements need to come together, because a customer today is actually quite fickle. You would believe they would want to engage with the brand through one mode of communications, but that's not correct. For the same problem, they may choose different modes of communication. And it's the customer who decides. We can't choose for them as a brand, right?
Absolutely.
And that's where we believe these connected journeys become extremely important for any brand.
I know conversation about the customer experience is complete without talking about the human factor, right? The empathy factor.
Yeah.
I'd love to know your views on how empathy plays an important role in the customer journey, specifically in the BFSI sector.
Sure. Very, very high.
Yeah.
Right? Think of it. Whenever you reach out, you are a BFSI customer and you reach out to a brand. Let's take HDFC ERGO, business of claims. You reach out to a brand because something's happened. You reached out for service because something's happened. At that point of time, you want a response, yes, but you also want an understanding from the provider that, hey, they understand what you've gone through right now. Now, it could be a minor accident claim, it could be a major claim, but it still needs to be operating from a principle or a paradigm of how can we make it easier for your claim to get processed. Similarly, if you look at the broader banking sector, for example, something's happened in my bank account, which is why I'm making the effort to reach out to the bank. And if that is the case, if the bank can understand, hey, we understand what you're going through, yes, there's a challenge you faced, or there's some service you need to be managed for you, we'll ensure we take care of it end to end. In fact, interestingly, that's a philosophy that we built with our new tagline, like a friend. So when you look at friends, they will always empathize with you.
Yes.
And they will always have the context of why you're reaching out, right? And they'll also personalize their experience with you, right? So you speak to one friend versus you speak to another. The way they respond to the same challenge, the same question will be very different because they adjust and personalize according to what happens. So absolutely, empathy has a very high role to play when you come to customer experience.
Fantastic. Would you like to add something to
Yeah, of course. I think, as Agira just said, when people call us, they are in distress most of the times. And even going back to the connected journey question as well, most of the time it's not the person who has taken the policy, but his relatives are calling, his family is calling us,
Yes.
right? And in that particular moment of time, if you ask him certain questions which are very transactional in nature, then the entire
Doesn't
purpose
work.
of the interaction gets lost. So I think we are very, very sure about what we want to do there. And as I said, that we're in the business of processing claims and serving our customers. I think probably we are one of the only companies in the country who has not outsourced their contact center. So whole contact center, whether we are talking to our customers to buy a policy, whether they are servicing them or processing claim, everything is completely in-house because we believe that we know it well, so we have to do it well
Yes.
on our own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, from the human factor to the tech factor, I'd like to ask you, Anubhav, the role of these various new platforms, generative AI, top topic of conversation
Yeah.
across industries actually. How do you see such technology transforming the BFSI sector?
Sure. So what we do is, as I said, that I think empathy is very important for us, right? So in the entire journey, when we created a lot of bots as well to serve our customers, what we did was we made those bots interface with their contact center agents first. So when you are speaking to a consumer as a contact center agent or an employee of ours, you have that window in front of you where we are powering you about what next thing to talk to
Yes.
with the consumer. So what we are now trying to do is we are even going further deep with the generative AI, and we are trying to look at what are the things which people can potentially ask and empower our contact center agents first to talk about the same responses to an customer. Once that happens and at a scale we are able to operate, then we will start giving the interface the
Yes.
same to the customer as well. But I think right now we are in that phase where we are empowering our contact center agents first to ensure that they serve customers well.
Yes. And what about the factors of privacy, security
Yeah.
in shaping your customer loyalty?
That's another reason why we don't outsource
Right.
things like contact center. There's a reason why we have moved to cloud, which is completely private cloud along with Google Cloud, and we are looking at whole journeys coming in together where we can identify not just a customer but also a household. So the entire household ID is becoming a new concept for us to understand a consumer. At the same time, we are giving this empowerment only to our own employees.
Yes.
That's where it remains very, very secure.
Wow, very interesting approach. Angira, what about you? Let's bring you in on this, the factor of privacy and security.
So it's extremely critical, right? Today, when you look at it, the mobile numbers become fundamentally the identity for most of us, right? And that mobile number needs to be protected with a vengeance.
Yes.
Because it's very easy in today's world, more so with stuff like generative AI, for someone to look exactly like you, right? All three of us could look exactly like you, right? And if that scenario comes in, how do you protect identity? How do you take care of information that is necessary to service and information that is good to service? And how do you segregate that and ensure that you protect the customer's privacy with a vengeance? Because one leak can have a huge impact on the brand.
Absolutely.
There was some research that I did personally to figure out the value of the brand in any organization's valuation, and it's about 30%.
Wow.
So imagine, a $1 billion organization can lose 30% of its valuation because of some fraudulent activity that comes out in the public media.
But whatever we do, we can't look like her, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You're too kind. Well, gentlemen, thank you. That's been a really insightful conversation again on a very, very important topic, which is customer experience. On a closing note, if you could each share one key takeaway for all our viewers out there when it comes to shaping an effective customer experience strategy. Just one takeaway.
So I think I would say, I think the way we have done it at the core of the company, like taking the mindshare as a concept and thesis and going very, very deep about it and not just making it a boardroom talk and really living into the action on a day-to-day basis. I think that is what something which organizations fail to do.
Fantastic. Angira.
If you look at it, machines are designed to do certain things very well, and humans are designed to do certain other things very well.
Of course.
Often when tech and humans come together, something falls through. So can we ensure, and that's what Exotel puts in a lot of effort around, that nothing slips through the cracks when technology and humans come together. And that, I think, is something that's extremely critical to enhance customer experience.
Right, well, fantastic, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today on ET Studios and sharing all your insights on customer experience and the way forward.
Thank you for having us
Thank you,
again.
Devin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, on that note, that's all we have for you on this episode of ET Studios. But do stay tuned for many more such exciting and in-depth conversations where we give you the exclusive opportunity to gain valuable insights from the most influential leaders who are driving technological advancements in their industries. Until next time, many thanks for watching.